It's the awkward part.
20 seconds.
Miss Leslie, Mr. Chambers.
He's on the beard.
Oh, is that your turn?
Hold on.
I'll now call to order this meeting of the City of White House Council for today, November the 18th of 2025. It is 6 p.m. Ms. Nichols, will you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. James Wansley,
Here.
Zach Briscoe,
Here.
Forestdale Burns. Here. John Chambers, Michael Lowe,
Here.
Matt Lazarine.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Excellent. Will you please stand if you're able and join Councilwoman Burns as she leads us in a word of prayer.
Divine and most gracious God, we thank you for today. We thank you for your blessings, God. We thank you for your darling son, Jesus. God, we thank you for bringing us back together again. God, we thank you for community, unity, and fellowship. God, we ask that you bless this meeting. God, bless Leslie Black and the staff members of White House. God, keep us together forever. In your darling Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join the council in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the Texas flag. Honor
Honor
the
the
Texas
Texas
flag.
flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Please be seated. All right, that takes us to item D, presentations. We have a presentation of the Life Saving Award to Officer Gould. Chief Robeson.
Council, on October 19th of this year, Officer Gould was called to a medical emergency. Without going into a lot of details, a person was having a heart attack, and without his life-saving CPR efforts, the likelihood of this person surviving was very minimal. But he's alive today. In fact, Chief Johnson just told me that they saw him in the park today. So, in honor of that, we have a plaque tonight for Officer Gould. It says, in appreciation of your professionalism, calmness under pressure, and life-saving intervention during a critical incident on October 19th, 2025. I appreciate you.
Yeah. That's exceptional. Thank you for setting that example, Officer Gould. Appreciate that. Being equipped with the skills and the mindset to be able to act in a situation like that is a testament to the types of training and the types of personnel that we bring in our police. So thank you all for serving us every day and going above and beyond when called to act. All right, that's a great way to start. That takes us down to item E, community interest. There's some items of community interest. Mrs. Black.
Mayor and council, as you all know, we held our grand opening for City Center a few weeks ago. Great success. We really appreciate everyone that came out. The hard work of Aaron Martinez and Morgan Ward, especially for putting that event together. Really enjoyed it, and we do have a couple of events booked over the next couple of weeks already. So, co-working space is up and running, so memberships are available. Morgan's happy to walk anybody through that. So we're excited to have that building open to the public. The fire department did a lot of work over the month of October, seeing over 3,000 White House ISD students for Fire Prevention Month. And that includes our inflatable fire safety house that we had at like National Night Out. So that's always a big hit with the kids. For the police department, Shannon Hayes attended the 10th annual Texas Association of Property and Evidence Inventory Technicians Conference. And has successfully completed the required coursework and passed her exam, earning her basic certification. So this is the first step in cross-training her to be able to help with property and evidence within the police department. And then Shelby Gross, our neighborhood services officer, also attended the TEAC's basic code enforcement course. And it covered multiple areas related to code enforcement. and she is slated to take the state exam prior to January of 2026, and that coupled with her year-long on-the-job training, which will end in April, she will then be eligible to become a certified code enforcement officer. So we're really excited about the work of those two individuals. And then just a reminder, Christmas on Main is December 5th and 6th. Mr. Martinez put together a great little time-lapse video of the Christmas tree going up in the park today. So that is a kind of an all-hands-on-deck
Oh my gosh.
effort with most of our staff participating in putting that together. I don't know how many branches go on that tree, but it's a lot that have to be fluffed and connected. So again, Christmas on Main, the tree lighting will be on Friday night, December 5th. Skating rink will be open on Friday for the first time ever, and then the other events, the vendor market, ice skating rink, and parade will be on Saturday, December 6th. Right, the 6th, yes, okay. And Harmony Harvest, hosted by the Youth Community Council, was this past weekend, and I hear it was a lot of fun.
It was.
Great entertainment and a big hit at our park. So that's what I have.
Do you know, is the Christmas parade gonna follow the same route that it did
Yes.
last year? Okay, that's great. It starts and ends at the same spot. Yeah,
Does not shut down 110, so.
that's right.
yes.
It only shuts down a section of 346, which is navigable. If you just go down and take a left on Hagen, you can still get over there. So I feel like after 50 years, we have the best we have the best route for that.
The last couple of years, it's flowed very well.
That's great.
And the stage will be on East Main. You know,
Yes, in front of First Baptist Church.
gotcha, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Oh yeah, where they call out the
That's big.
yeah.
It's just so much fun. It's just a joy.
It is. All right. Anything else on the matter of community interest from council?
Great job on the grand opening.
Yes,
Off the charts.
yes, it was. True that.
Not just the building itself, but everything y'all did that night was amazing, so.
It was. Makes you proud.
Yeah, I love that we're already getting attachment to some of the events. I happened to be up there at lunch when somebody came in and booked the first session for the event space, and they were really happy, you know, with the service and the price. So I think it's going to be popular once the word gets out. It's great. All right. So that takes us down to the consent agenda. We have two items on the consent agenda for your consideration. One is approval of the minutes of the city council meeting on October the 21st, 2025. The other one's the approval of the 2025 tax roll, credited and adjusted 2025 values. So if there's not any findings or reason to take the two items on the consent agenda out onto the regular agenda, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All right, have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. With that, the consent agenda passes. All right, on to item G, other action items, ordinances, resolutions, and public hearings. This is the part where we swear in council place 1, 3, and 5. Ms. Nichols.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna start with, Councilmember Briscoe, and then we'll move on to Councilmember Lazarin, and we'll just get back to Councilmember Chambers once he's available, so.
All right, sounds
All right.
great. Start the show.
Alright. Place your left hand on the Bible and your right hand up. I state your name.
I, Zach Briscoe,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of City Council Place 1
of the office of City Council, Place 1,
of the City of White House in the state of Texas,
of the City of White House in the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the Constitution and the laws of the United States,
of this state,
and
the charter and ordinances of this city,
and the charter and the ordinances of this city,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Make sure you read it before you sign it. Oh, no, never mind.
Right.
Too late.
solemnly swear or affirm
do swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of City Council Place 5
of the office of City Council Place 5
of the City of White House in the state of Texas,
of the City of White House in the state of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and the laws of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
of this state, and the charter and ordinances of this city,
and the charter and ordinances of this city,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Hey!
More.
All right, Councilman Briscoe, Councilman Lazarine,
We're officially in.
welcome back to the council. Every term that you serve here is a testament to your commitment to the city, to kind of stand in the face of any problems that come up, to help us reach any outcomes and solutions, and to help move the wants and the dreams of our citizens forward. So I really appreciate you guys agreeing to once again commit your time and sometimes your money to being a council member. So thank you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yep, definitely.
All right, that takes us to item 2, election of Mayor Pro Tem. I will open it up for discussion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we elect Zach Briscoe the Mayor Pro Tem.
I second that motion.
All right.
You have a choice.
That's my first third. All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no, except for you, Zach. All right, with that, welcome back as Mayor Pro Tem.
Good job, Zach.
I'll make sure to miss several meetings this year.
Those were quicker meetings.
It's coincidence. All right, item G3, discussion on a police department grant application through the State Homeland Security Program. Chief Robeson.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do a lot of reading tonight so I don't miss all this information. There's a lot to this. So, let's see. Okay. This is what we're gonna start. All right, so Council Mayor, thank you for your time. Tonight I want to present you some of the latest technology that forward-thinking police departments are utilizing to help make their communities safer. Last month I located and applied for a grant that could help purchase technology to help make our safe city even safer. As we begin this presentation, I want to point out the coin that I've given y'all, as well as on the screen here. The words honor, integrity, trust, professionalism, and accountability are engraved on that coin. These are not just words, but these are guide everything that we stand for. All of the officers know that when they operate under these principles, they will be safe. But it's not just the officers. It's how I lead the department. And that's key to this presentation, is keep that in mind. So we're going to start at about a 30,000 mile level, and we're going to work our way down to where we are here in White House. 30 years ago, policing had very little technology available. There were no body-worn cameras, in-car cameras, and there were just rudimentary computers in the cars. Calls were randomly dispatched without any kind of GPS awareness of the officer location. And I also want to add that department goals back then were a little bit different than they are today. It was more about enforcement rather than viewing the community's needs as a whole. And it's our responsibility to realize that the community needs are changing, and it's becoming more of a caretaking responsibility. So I'm going to show you a short video. It's a little cheesy, but it kind of gives you an overview of kind of where technology is heading, and then we're going to break it down to what we're looking at specifically here.
See you in a little bit.
That's a nice car, man.
Thanks, man.
Very keys.
I don't think so. Oh my God. Stay. I don't want any trouble, dude. We're in the car.
What's your emergency?
Yeah, my car just got stolen.
Is anyone hurt?
We're good.
Call coming in. What type of vehicle is it?
It's a Tam Challenger.
Help is on the way.
Thank you.
Possible carjacking in the Creekside Inn.
Copy that. Launching drone.
Police have been dispatched.
Air 1 is en route.
3260.
Oh my gosh, that's
Pulling
golden
the camera over
brisket.
to the hotel. I'm checking the recorded video. Arctic 1D unit. The vehicle had black racing stripes. Suspect description is white male, red shirt, black hoodie.
Run that vehicle through Freeport.
I got the plane. I'm adding it to the hot list now. That tag just hit on Maple and Bid.
Air 1 to units.
I'm en route.
30 seconds out.
Just takes every ride.
Air 1 to units. I have visual on the suspect vehicle. Direction of travel southbound on Elm Street, approaching Spectrum.
The suspect vehicle is pulling to 500 Forestdale.
Suspect vehicle is stopped at the east end of the park. Suspect still in the vehicle.
Blake, where's your hands? Sit by the vehicle. Here's Blake Flood, back up. On the ground. On the ground. I got you.
All right, so what this is overseeing, the whole thing is called a real-time information center. They're also called RTCCs, or real-time crime centers. I like the idea of real-time information center. They're providing police with a more efficient and effective response to criminal activity. By creating a centralized center, various technologies can be combined to help officers in the field to respond to crimes. So let's take the example from this video and how it applies to 99% of our agencies today. Call would come into the 911 center, like we saw the carjacking. The 911 center would begin providing information through the radio while putting out information through the dispatch software. Officers would be told to look for the vehicle based on the last known direction of travel. From there, if they happen to be near that intersection or that direction of travel, they may be able to locate the car. If not, other agencies are told to keep looking for that vehicle. We would then respond to that scene of the crime and begin taking a report. When we have enough information, which takes some time, the vehicle plate would be then entered into the state and national systems as stolen. The key is this requires a plate. If the vehicle plate is checked by another officer, it would show that it was stolen. The key is it has to be checked. Catching the criminal is very difficult at that point. And I'm going to say the one thing that we don't like to admit, but police can't be everywhere at once. It's a reality. If something like this were to happen while we're working, say, a serious crash, think of the time delays that occur in getting to that scene to be able to take that report. Catching a criminal as quickly as possible is critical in solving these cases. So talking more about the LPRs, and they talked about we're putting something in the hot file. That's where we're kind of focusing today. With the use of LPRs, which are license plate reading cameras, that vehicle description, even without a known license plate, is entered into the hot file and immediately becomes part of a network of cameras. If that vehicle passes a camera, the alerts are sent to officers in dispatch, and we would know where it is located and which direction it is traveling. This immediately begins to narrow down the search area as it passes by a camera. Even if we can't get there fast enough, other agencies are alerted to this information. The goal is to keep our city safe and the criminals aware of the cameras in which the cities have happened. So it's not a secret where they're at. When criminals know where these are at, they tend to avoid those areas, avoid those cities. So what are our realistic goals that we're looking at? We're looking really at the LPR cameras and a video wall, and then drones. Drones will be the third priority, and we'll go into a little bit more here in a second. The video wall is going to provide a larger view of cameras, call screens, other important information, allowing command staff to easily see on a large screen instead of everybody looking over somebody's shoulder looking at the computer. Without diving off too deep into drones, the goal for that would be more limited to helping keep our communities safe in large events like a football game. We've all seen recent events where drones could have helped locate persons of interest on tops of buildings and may have even prevented the outcomes. The drone could also assist in helping keep officers safe during critical events, provide a bird's eye view during fires, help city infrastructure such as looking at tops of water towers, provide top-down views of crash scenes, help search for missing people. There's a lot of uses for those. At this point, we're not able to do what I have listed up there as a DFR. That's an upcoming technology, which is drone first responders. A lot of cities are starting, big cities are starting to do that. So as a citizen, my concern is privacy. And I think that a lot of citizens would agree with that. I don't want the government tracking my movements, my purchases, my private messages, etc. This is not how an RTIC works. 99.9% of the information gathered by an LPR is never looked at. It's similar to walking into a store. There's cameras everywhere. Most of those videos are rarely ever even looked at, unless there's a crime, and then we're called to look at it. Furthermore, only what we release to other agencies is seen by anyone other than us. And we really don't care to sit here and dig through it and figure out if you're going to the fast food restaurant place or not. That's not the goal of what this is. It's only used to find suspects and missing persons. Here's an example. So here's a true story here in White House. We had a trailer stolen with an UTV on it a while back. We were notified many hours later on about this theft, and the video only showed us a white truck with a trailer. Never got a license plate, and we almost were never able to solve that. It's still unsolved today. Had we had LPRs, the way this would have worked is it would have tracked the vehicle passing by that camera. It would store that information. We would type into it, white truck with trailer, and it begins to search for that during specific times. That information would then show a license plate, and then we begin doing our investigation because now we have something to follow up on. We go to the owner's house, contact the owner, and begin doing our investigation that way. That's what the LPRs are used for, is to help us do our job better. It's also used for finding missing people. Amber alerts are another example. And my fear is an elderly person with dementia getting in a vehicle and leaving. It would be very hard to figure out where they went today. With these cameras, if they drive by them, we at least have a time frame and a direction of travel. That information is only stored for 30 days under their system, and that can be changed as well, but it's typically 30 days. When we have a crime committed and we have a known vehicle or a description, we build a database, what they're calling a hot file. That information scans through the pictures and looks for that information. It's not running a plate and providing who you are. It's backwards from that. We put the information in, we're looking for this, and then it provides timestamps and other information. One of the things that criminals do that most of us would never even fathom doing is they'll change plates around on vehicles. Those steel plates, they'll put other ones on there. This system will look for patterns of a certain vehicle that we enter in. If we want to look for that white truck, it will search through white trucks and find the commons and then begin to tell you these plates don't match. There is a little bit of AI technology built into it to help recognize and read these plates. I just made this real quick. These are our 5 main points of entry into our city. And one of the things that we know for sure is most of our auto burglaries that occur are from groups coming from outside of our city. When those are built into that file system, because let's say that another city knows that this vehicle is being used and they share that with us, if they drive past one of those cameras at 2 in the morning, it's going to give us an alert that this person has been involved in auto burglaries. So that's kind of an overview of it. This is what the grant is actually written for right now. We are waiting for more of the review. It's still in that process. I checked today. But this is kind of what we're looking at the moment. And this is also more of an informational thing, so I'm here to answer questions, help clarify it. I know there can be concerns about how it operates and what our plans are.
So with the $20,000 whip, will we be able to get LPRs at those locations you outlined?
It's not going to be enough to cover it.
Okay.
When I started the grant, it was such a short time, and dealing with vendors is hard for them to give you a price.
Right.
So it will cover probably maybe 3.
Will these be mobile or stationary?
The quotes that I'm getting are stationary.
Okay.
They'll have solar panels on,
Cool.
rechargeable batteries. They have cell phone technology.
Right. I'll tell you that the drones are huge. We've had 3 recent protests where we've implemented drones, and we literally saw somebody on the rooftop at the governor having his thing. Yeah, he was up there working on their condition, but it's nice to know. So I think the drone's very important, and the LPRs at the sheriff's office, we use those all the time. And like he said, we had a murder case where we just had a blue truck that left the scene. That's all we knew, and it passed one of our LPRs. We were able to, like he said, backtrack it back, found the suspect, solve the case. So they are very important.
So the 20,000 covers 3 LPRs, is what you're thinking?
It may not completely cover 3. It's hard for me to answer that question because it's hard to deal with vendors. They don't want to give you real solid quotes. So it may only cover 2.
But we could purchase more if needed beyond the grant.
So LPRs, along with a lot of technology, is now subscription based. So that's the other consideration, is there's an annual cost every year. Nobody hardly wants to sell you anything unless you keep it. So that's part of it. Now, with those prices, they're full warranty. You don't have to worry about any of that side of it.
That's a good part. If they get damaged or knocked off a tree, they have insurance on, they replace them. So.
The drone, will the drone have infrared?
So drones are complicated at first. There are some FAA rules and some training requirements. There's a lot of waivers when you start trying to deal with people, certain distances. The short answer is that's the plan, is for it to have that. There are some lightweight ones, but surprisingly they are near that $20,000 range, 15 to 20 for a lightweight one.
And these video walls will be here at the PD, not at the
It'll
EOC.
be at the PD.
Okay.
We're gonna, it would be in the front office.
Right.
And that's set up, I don't remember the dimensions, but it's something like 3 by 12.
So if we get a hit on one of our LPRs, will county dispatch get that same information?
They're supposed to, that's what I've been told.
Perfect.
And when will we know on the grant?
Well, I looked for that. It's supposed to be a January 1st operating budget. So with the government shutdown, that might have had some impact on that. It closed November 1st, I believe. So we should be knowing pretty soon on that. And it's a separate from like our ed conference. It's an HSI, Homeland Security Program.
So after the grant money goes away, the wear and tear on equipment and things like that, where is that funded?
So if we proceed, which tonight is informational, if we proceed with LPRs, that would be a budgeted cost.
Okay.
For the software subscription as well, I suppose, right?
Yeah, the total cost on that includes all of it. And I've heard 7,000 to 8,000. That's why it's hard for me to.
Is that per year on the subscription?
Per
Per
year.
year,
That's
per
about
LP.
camera.
Okay.
Per
year.
camera?
And how many do we need
We have 5 main entrances.
If we want to cover all.
if we want to cover all of
If
it?
you want to cover all of them,
But
And
that's
that's-
what we need, 5.
to cover all the
that's streaming data to the cloud, right? Is that why their cell phone connected? It's just constantly like a Netflix, basically streaming, streaming video to the
It's
cloud?
constantly streaming, and the easiest way to put it maybe is it's sending photos, and it analyzes it in AI can read it.
Yeah, real time.
Just like on Toll 49.
So it's tagging it with stuff,
It's tagging it
like
and
truck,
building a
white,
database.
car, red, child,
Right.
adult.
And it can even pick out Ford, Dodge.
Oh, yeah.
It can do some of that stuff as well.
Is this
It fills in the
through,
blanks as best it can.
who's the software vendor on this?
There are a lot of vendors. I'm looking at Flock right now.
Flux most
They
common.
are historically the most, the strongest company.
Yeah, I know MSI has, like Motorola has some too. It's
There's,
kind of the same.
and there's a lot of neighborhoods, gated communities that have their own flood camera
Right.
systems, and they all tie in together,
They
so.
can share their information too.
So would it make sense, and I'd like to see a drone too at some point, but to do the 5 LPRs with the grant and then come back and do a drone?
Separately as
Yes,
a possible
separately.
vote.
The way that I had to write the grant, the drone is a separate category. So depending on how they approve it, those numbers are pretty set that I put in. So I don't know that I can move like money around within the grant. They might allow that. It depends on the authority.
But drones are really becoming a big, big deal. I mean, it really is a helpful tool, big time.
Council, I think we found out about this grant like 7 to 10 days before
We
the
didn't have much time.
Yeah.
application was due.
Yeah.
So,
It was
for
very
the-
quick.
But the key is we qualify,
Yeah,
But
we'll
kids, we-
ask for sure.
we qualify for the grant, and so now it's just a matter of whether or not we'll get rewarded, or what was,
So I would think of it this way, what I put in, each one of these 5 are 5 separate categories. There were hundreds of categories to dig through. You have to put in a budget amount per category. Like, let's make it a little simpler. When we go apply for a car grant at EDCOG, it's a car grant. There's some equipment split out of it, but it's a car and equipment. This had to be split like into specifics. That grant was so specifically written line by line that I had to put the best numbers I could come up with. So you can't, the person may allow us to move some of that around, but that's pretty much solid on there.
so are they 5 separate grants? Could we get one and
No,
not the other?
So this
It's
is one
approved.
solid grant,
Okay, perfect.
put in for emergency, it's kind of an emergency operations.
Right.
There's some other parts into it. I believe I put the description in the packet.
Cause they all integrate kind of together, gotcha.
Correct. So, but I don't think I can move like 5,000 of training into something else. I don't think that's really allowable. They may.
So if we get this grant, we get 3 LPRs installed, and we don't find we're getting any benefit out of it for whatever reason, what happens then?
So one of the things that I would request in this is an out, because things change year to year.
Technology changes, process changes.
There's everything from technology to government regulations, and we need an out on it.
So state law states that you can't require a future council to commit to something. So it would be a violation of state law to not have an out on the
Okay.
contract. So
Cool. So after
you
this year,
can't-
if we decide we don't like the system, we could go with something else. Perfect.
I know that the company itself is solid. They're the oldest, probably the oldest in the business. They've been around for a long time. And everybody sees the value, so they're all trying to jump on board.
Yeah, at the sheriff's office, we use LPRs, drones, all the above, so we found it very helpful, so.
And I think it's good that we're looking for it before we needed it. Like we're looking for it before we wish we had it. So it sounds like it's incident based or it's incident driven, right? We have an active incident and then we start digging in on the data. So that's good. I like that.
Like it or not, he's coming. It's the future.
Yeah.
But even like auto burglars, we have a neighborhood that gets broken into with this. He can do a time frame and catch plates coming out of there, and that can help him develop suspects. So we just,
One of my biggest fears is somebody in a group of the community coming forward and go, why didn't we have this?
Yeah.
But talked about drones, I'm like, we don't need that, they're toys. It's, times are changing.
They were
Right.
back then. Yeah, when they're tied into technology like
It's
this,
not a
it's,
toy anymore,
yeah.
they are helping
They are.
you do a better job. And not to keep going, but if you look into what DFRs are, it's pretty amazing what those are doing.
It can determine hotspots in a building, possibly,
With correct
or
cameras
a body,
in the woods.
yeah.
Where they found lots of missing people that way, not just people running, it's missing people, missing kids.
True.
Any other questions?
I think it's great.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
excited.
love it.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation.
Yeah, keep us updated, looking forward to that. Thank you, Chief. All right, that takes us down to, any more questions or comments on that section? Okay. It takes us down to item 4, discussion, consideration, and action on a concept plan for Forestdale Park. Mr. Martinez.
Mayor and council, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, you open the building, what's next?
Today we're presenting the concept plan and cost estimate for Forestdale Park. This 4.2 acre tract was donated by the Forestdale subdivision developer and is intended to serve as a neighborhood park for nearby residents. Although the park's master plan doesn't specify this parcel, it does call for expanding park access in growing residential areas. And as a reminder, in part of the design process, we held a community meeting with residents from the Forestdale neighborhood, and their feedback played a significant role in shaping the amenities you see in the concept plan tonight. The design includes a small playground, walking trails, shade structures, open play areas, and a basketball or multi-use sport court, reflecting what the residents told us they wanted most. Half associates prepared the concept plan and the accompanying cost estimate, and funding for this was approved during the fiscal year 25-26 budget process. Tonight we're seeking approval on this concept plan so we can continue to the next steps in creating this park.
Any questions or comments from council?
So what would timing look like for this?
We would go to construction documents next, and then, hopefully start sometime spring, summer of 26.
Okay, awesome.
What's outlining the park? Is it just open? I know around the basketball court, it looks like it has some fencing, but the actual entire park, is it open?
There's an attempt to keep some of the trees around the perimeter of the park.
And then the other thing I saw, and this is probably something I always bring up, but the existing parking, there just won't be houses right there where people will be parking, basically, on the park side. So that's where they'll be expected to park, is just on that side?
Right, so,
'Cause I couldn't,
there's houses,
on
let's
the
see, that would be,
east side?
yes, and then there's houses on that end, and then I think he has, anyway.
There's some
it's-
existing parking there, I
There
think.
is existing parking.
Yeah, there's
that
like 3 spots or 2 spots or
he
something.
added already.
And it's really intended for people to walk to
Right.
this park and not drive.
A lot of the people in the neighborhood will use it, but it's also open to the city.
Yeah, I suspect they'll get a lot of kids crossing over from Waterton or
Right.
people that are close by. I think it's gonna be pretty heavily trafficked. Yeah, it looks great. And, everything they, everything they asked for, right?
Everything
We
they
didn't think
asked
we'd be able to fit it in there, but you guys did a great job.
We filtered out some dog park stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, it comes up every once in a while. But it winds up, it's like me trying to build a pool, like nobody ultimately wants it,
I mean, we want it, but
yeah. Any more, feedback on this?
it looks nice.
Looks good.
Another exciting thing coming to White House.
So we'll come back before you once we receive proposals on it so what you have before you now is just an opinion of probable construction costs. So to Mr. Martinez's point, they'll prepare construction documents and bid documents, and once we receive those bids back, we will bring that back before you for your approval.
Are there trees on the property right now?
Tons of them.
Good. Please save every tree possible.
So
Yeah.
what you see here is what is existing
Yeah,
on the property, so there will be a significant.
that's
portion
great.
kept.
That's great.
What was the total distance on the walking park?
Quarter mile.
Yeah, there you go. Set on there.
Is there a fence around this, or is that just a dotted line
I
drawn
think
around?
that there's houses that have fences, but no. it's
Yeah,
just
the
a dot.
part of the back of the property lines.
Gotcha.
And
So-
you may have said, what was the total acres of that?
4.2.
4.2.
There's fencing here, Mayor, on these
Mhm.
adjoining properties.
The concept looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you, Aaron. All right, council, now we look to the future. Item number 5 is consider future agenda items.
Motion?
Well,
It's a motion item.
is there?
Yeah.
Oh, that one needs to, I'm sorry, it says action, that's my bad, G4. So we have a concept in front of you, council.
Okay.
There's
I'll
no,
make the motion.
yes, sir?
Okay, I'll make the motion to approve the Forestdale Park concept plan as presented and authorize staff and have associates to proceed with improvements as outlined.
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. With that, the concept plan passes. Now we're looking to the future. We had to go back to the past for a second. Consider future agenda items. Coming up on the end of the year, we have another meeting in December, yeah?
We do.
So this will be the last meeting of the year for these agenda items.
Mayor and council, we already have a few things on our list for that December agenda. They include some updated policy items for city center, so facility usage agreements with the Chamber of Commerce and the EDC, just kind of outlining expectations on both sides for being able to use that space, as well as trying to think what the name of that policy is for city center here in
The equal access.
equal access policy, outlining how we're gonna handle political events at that space. So just kind of solidifying our stance on that. And then, a few other things. I doubt that the Acrotap sidewalks will be on that agenda. I know I've been talking about design work on getting those sidewalks in. I've asked HAF to revisit that. There are some significant drainage issues that need to be addressed as part of that project, and what I've asked is that they scale their design work back to get us grant ready for either safe routes to schools or a transportation alternatives grant moving forward. So as they kind of refine that, it may take a little bit longer before I can get that agreement in front of you. I'm trying to remember what.
Are we in a
else.
time crunch on the grant time period, or?
We are not.
Okay.
So transportation, one opens even years, one is odd years, and so we've already kind of missed the window for 2025. So, which we knew that it was
Right.
in June or July, and so we'll keep working towards that.
What are the drainage issues? Is it gonna introduce more drainage concerns, or do we need to reconfigure some drainage as we?
We need to reconfigure as we add some
That's what I thought.
sidewalks. So,
Same thing with utilities, like, there's no good side of that road.
Yes.
Like, one of them is just utility poles all the way down. One of them is 200-year-old
fence.
trees.
masonry walls.
Yeah, masonry walls.
Railroad crossing in the midst of all that, and
Yeah,
then
for
adding
such a
in some
short stint, it's so many things.
2 TxDOT roadway crossings, you know,
You start to understand why it hasn't been done. It's gonna be hard. It
Yes.
needs to be done. So
It
I
does.
think that we're finally ready to get it done.
and I think the grant gets us a lot closer to getting that done, because all of those things, of course, come with a cost, and so I think asking them to scale it back in a way that makes us I do think we will be a strong candidate for either one of those grants. I would not delay it if I didn't think otherwise. But I think we really need to leverage federal or state funding for
Oh, for
that
sure.
project.
It'd be cheaper and faster to build a sky bridge probably, just down the whole length of it. But we're gonna stick with sidewalks.
Ms. Leslie, what about, Dennis Drive? Any update from?
I have not, I need to check back with HAF, how we do that.
Sidewalks are wonderful. I mean, we're not any different than any town now. They're much more popular than ever, sidewalks. I wish we could have more sidewalks. You know, one day, it's just a wish.
Yeah, you just gotta knock them out a year at a
I know,
time.
I
Just,
know.
you know, just chip away at them.
Like
We have some,
Memory Lane,
yeah, we have some great candidates for sidewalks.
we do, yeah, but. it's
Thankfully, the new developments are coming in with them.
Yeah.
So that's a bonus.
That's right, that's right.
All right. Moving down to administrative reports. We're gonna receive some reports from staff. This is the part where we test our internet connection. Doo-doo-doo.
Speaking of Wi-Fi, we're gonna have some choices pretty soon. They're putting them in all over the town. Metronet, Sunlink,
Mine's been working, I ain't switching a thing.
so choices are good.
Yep, competition is good. We got some 2026 numbers coming in October.
For finance.
Yeah,
Fiscal
yeah. I
year
mean, it's a new
2026.
fiscal year started October, and 2026 was month number 1.
So our finance reports are the only ones that run on fiscal year. Everything else is reported calendar year.
See how easy it is to predict finances? They're already telling us what it's gonna be in 2026.
Our sales tax revenue was back up. It looks significantly higher than the same period last year because we had a sizable refund that went out from the
Yeah,
state
I
last
remember
year,
that.
so. But
Somebody
it
was
is up
overpaying.
slightly, so that is positive news.
Kinda getting better. It's gotten better, yeah. Water revenue. Boy, I never seen so much water in June and July in my life.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't impact us more.
You ain't kidding, yeah.
All right, now we're back down to the 2025s here at the bottom. So this is the calendar year it's showing here. So fees, permit fees, would you describe the current cycle we're in as far as like residential development? Is it kind of in a lull?
I think it is, but keep in mind that we have Park Meadows that has infrastructure installation ongoing right now, which is 300 plus homes in that development.
Oh,
So-
right over here.
So once the infrastructure is accepted and we can begin issuing permits for that, I expect those numbers to pick back
Okay.
up. So I would say those numbers do look incredibly low right now, and I would be more worried if we did not have developments under construction
Right.
currently.
Plus they're sitting next to 2022 numbers, which was apparently a crazy year.
Yes, those were incredibly high.
Yeah, it really was.
But it has been lower consistently throughout 2025 than it was in prior years, so. But I think with Park Meadows, we have some other developments that have, at least one that has been sitting stagnant that we're starting to see some movement on. So I think we're okay. I think it just happens to be that we have a large development that's doing infrastructure installation right now. Forestdale is wrapping up. As far as the residential side, I think he'll move over to commercial pretty quickly after he wraps up residential. So I'm not concerned that we don't have any growth. I think we do, it's just where it is in the cycle right now.
Oh, so they're waiting until residential's done to start on
I
commercial?
believe so, yes.
Okay. Excellent. Oh, look at that fall pie chart. Looks like Thanksgiving.
Almost like they're trying to make a turkey.
So a lot of fiber permits.
Yeah, that's what Councilman Lowe was saying. They're laying it down. Great response time. So that story about our police officer that saved the life of somebody that was having a heart attack, I forget what the stat is on it, but you got to get there within the first, what is it, 5 minutes?
4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you want a reason to live in the city, look at the look at the response times. When you go outside the city, outside of our MOU, basically, it gets up to like the 15 20
minutes.
It's tough.
Chief, would it be any good to get us some AEDs or?
Well, I think that cities that have AEDs in their law enforcement units are certainly spread out and there's a bigger geographic region.
Yeah,
With our fire department, we're averaging 4 to 5 minute response time.
True.
Which is staying within American Heart Association standards.
true.
And, you know, what this officer did in this case, bought that individual valuable time for us to get there with the more advanced equipment.
Sure.
So I think that our public safety response as a whole is certainly adequate. Do I think it would be over the top for us to get AEDs in the police cars? Not at all.
I do know I believe it's UT Maine has some grant programs for AEDs, cause I got like 8 of them at the courthouse through that, so.
There's uniform companies that do too, like Centos, and
It's probably something worth looking into, just having a patrol cars.
not very expensive either.
And
What
UT
about-
funded our Lucas device.
$600, $700,
Lucas
$800.
device, UT funded the AED that is at the ballpark.
That's a great thing.
And so, I would like seeing them in some more public spaces, that individuals could use immediately while emergency services were in route.
Just an idea, yeah.
And you know, I saw at City Center, we have a knock box, right there next to the big double doors. That reminded me that we do that here in the city, and I think that's amazing, where the first responders have access to whatever master keys they need to get into the building, so.
Yep.
It's been a while since we've talked about that and implemented it, but I appreciated seeing that there, it reminded me of it.
Now, will that building have a generator?
No.
No generator, okay.
Yeah, we have those here, right? We have
We
generators
do, we have a
here.
generator on the city hall building, and we have a portable generator that we can connect to this building. So this location is where the critical services are
Yeah.
provided, so, that's why we chose not to do one over there.
I could donate one to the city, couldn't I?
Yeah,
Sure,
we'll find a place to put it.
yeah.
Got a big one?
He goes down and talks to those generator people down there by the lake, so.
All the time.
He thinks he can shake one loose from them.
I will say one thing we learned with the Smith County Peace Officers Building is, of course, we use that one almost every day, obviously, but when it gets cold, have somebody that knows to go turn the water off, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause it leaked the entire,
Oh, yeah.
one pipes busted, it was,
Before we started the remodel, we had a leak in city center, so.
And if you
On
turn your
Christmas
water
Eve.
off, you need to turn your hot water heater off a lot of the times if it's
keep
gas
it on.
powered, cause otherwise it'll just burn right through.
Yeah, again, not to belabor the point, but the AED, I think, would be really beneficial in the new building because of maybe weddings, large amounts of people gathering. It's just something to look at, maybe, further down the road.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Public Works. It does, doesn't it?
We hope.
Oh, sewer consumption.
We see low line locates, that's how you know we're getting fiber installed.
That is a lot of different service orders. That's a variety of service orders going on there.
almost ran out of colors.
Yeah.
How to get the 256
Chartreuse.
months.
There's some stripes.
18,000 colors.
Man, that was a tough time in 2022, wasn't it? We just shipped them all over for collections.
It may have been a staffing change that we were catching up on cases sent to collections, if I had to guess. I don't know that for sure, but it'd be pretty close around there, probably.
The crimes by type, keep in mind it goes up to 4. Like it looks like tall graphs.
Got one burglary.
Smart Sheet won't let me set the scale, otherwise I would take the half
I was
Yeah.
just
numbers off. Just so you
I
know,
don't
I do know
have
how to
that.
make a reasonable chart that we can't have half a crime.
It's 3.5 assaults.
But it just automatically sets it,
Got
and
half
won't
the
let me,
bicycle.
Yeah.
won't let me
Back
change
tire.
that.
Chief, do you think the defective equipment, citations and warnings is up due to the no inspections?
I don't know, I did notice that we're running about the same amount of registration, I know that hasn't happened.
Right.
It's getting darker there.
I
It's easier
think-
to see people
I
get
think that's
the
part of
lights,
it,
yeah.
It's darker up there. They're out looking at the lights.
Taillights, yeah. Whenever it gets cold, that first week, all the taillights go out.
Yep, tire pressure drops, taillights go out.
I gotta go wear up my wife's tires.
You better. So, vehicle mileage, this raises the question. Our agreement with Enterprise, that's still in place? We have a contract there?
Yes, sir.
They keep an eye on the mileage and trade those in? Cool.
Which is a great program.
It is, wound up being fantastic. And we brought it in right before COVID started, so they were able to get us vehicles when they were none available anywhere else.
I just can't say enough good about code enforcement. I'm so proud of that position that we filled in.
They say sign removals. What are they mainly talking about? Like just like your little yard sign?
That are in the right of way,
Okay.
they get left out or businesses put them out.
There's two across the street right now.
There's 40 of those?
It's a chronic problem.
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I mean, you wonder when did they do it? Like in the middle of the night?
Oh, it's like we buy ugly houses type thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
garage
Yeah,
sales.
okay.
Or garage sales,
Or
or
this is my campaign, vote for me.
campaign signs. I don't want to. Well, that's a whole separate
I ain't going there.
conversation.
But I know of two instances that has really, really looks good. Memory Lane, it was a property and it looks so nice.
So Meals on Wheels, I know they deliver fewer meals now, but I think that they shortened the number of days they deliver.
Yes.
Is that part of it?
Yeah, at the last meeting we had, they talked about that, and they're desperately looking for drivers like they always are. But
Yeah. I know they switched over from hot meals over to frozen meals. I think,
Microwave.
yeah, Councilwoman Burns bought somebody a microwave. Some, yeah. Well, there we go. Oh, the end of it. Look at that.
You notice that you're seeing more and more electric bicycles and electric
I just see the one.
carts and
Just
stuff.
some guy rolling around, not even working the pedals on it.
Oh,
with a helmet.
you ain't lying, and I earned it.
Yeah,
You're gonna see a lot more in the future.
Yeah, they are more prevalent. Oh man, I had something. Oh well,
Think, Mayor, come on.
I think it's gone. It was something related to something earlier, but I thought maybe I had a context here to bring it up. All right then. Well, that's the end of that. We took long enough to do that that my computer logged me out. So hang on 1 second. Ooh, got my password in under all that pressure. All right. So we also had the income statement included in our packet. Any questions about the October reports or the income statement? All right, well, that takes us down to executive session, of which we have none, so we don't have to reconvene. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn, and anybody else can stay here all night, I don't care, but I'm out of here.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody else can stay here.
Hey, Zach.
Time is 6:59.
Marie.